Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Zip. I'm not hurt, but
You will be. When we go through these stories, the stiffer you're going to get.
Be like
Rub some
sucking on-
A535 into that shit.
sucking on a fucking ground worm.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Great Value Rhett and Link. And this time around on Talk to Plank episode 6, we're going to be talking about a variety of topics, those predominantly being video game focused. We're going to be discussing, of course, the major news around GTA 6 finally being released. And we're going to be talking about some of the controversies surrounding Twitch as of late, because they're all over the place with opinions, what type of thing they want to espouse themselves with. So we're going to dig through all that. But first, let's start off with the amazing news of GTA 6 finally being announced, which is something everybody's been predicting for a while. Everybody knows GTA 6 has been in the works. But before we jump into GTA 6, let's do a bit of background on GTA 5. So after years of rumors, leaks, speculation, and more leaks on top of that, because GTA did suffer a lot of leaks leading up to the final announcement, which was quite it was a shitstorm for Take-Two.
Yes.
And then they got their lawyers out. It was a complete fucking disaster. So GTA 6 released its first trailer recently, breaking records in the process, and now holds the most views within 24 hours, hitting the prodigious milestone of nearly 100 million, surpassing that of even Mr. Beast himself.
Fucking views.
Fucking Mr. Beast, man. If you beat Mr. Beast, that means you're doing something, because Mr. Beast is fucking he's a beast. Now, for those watching and games do not happen to be an intrinsic part of your life, let's do a brief recap on GTA 5 and why the sixth entry is looking to be one of the most coveted titles of 2025. For starters, GTA 5 has been the most lucrative piece of media ever. That includes everything: music, movies, games. It has made an insane amount of money. It's surpassed 190 million copies sold recently, and that number just keeps climbing, selling 20 million alone in 2020. So that's 7 years after release. It's still selling millions of copies, which is just absurd. Yeah. Additionally, thanks to the contentious microtransactions via shark cards, GTA Online continues to print money for Rockstar's parent company Take-Two. For those unaware, shark cards are cards that you can buy. They almost kind of look like debit cards, but you can also buy them in digital forms, which gives you the game's fake currency for real currency. And see, that right there is what's turned me off of GTA Online. Did you get into GTA Online much?
I played the fuck out of GTA 5.
Really? I did for a little while, but holy fuck, is it cancer. You know, there's just like a bunch of little troglodytes running around with their fucking maxed out, their mommy's MasterCard, and they just kept dropping that doomsday laser on you no matter where you were on the fucking map.
They just kept clicking on the buy 500 shark points, buy 500 shark points, not realizing that it's actually costing someone real money.
And you could see a preponderance of stories online of that exact same thing happening, because GTA Online has a very insidious way of extracting money out of you, and that's if you want the nicest cars, you want the best equipment, you want all the top items the game has to offer, you better be shelling out some real fucking money for them shark cards. And that right there, that turned me off of it, because I tried to play the game as a game legitly without really having to spend much income. I don't mind throwing a little bit of money towards something, especially something as huge as GTA Online was. But the fact is that it's all predicated on those malicious predatory tactics. So, and not to mention, their UI is shit. I don't know how the UI has not turned off anybody. Navigating that UI is like navigating a fucking labyrinth with your eyes closed.
You mean the game UI?
Yeah, the game UI. I just fucking hated the game UI. It was just a mess. Maybe a labyrinth is a bit too hyperbolic, but it was just... It was unappealing to look at. There were so many game modes to flick through. Half of them nobody played. So I got turned off of GTA Online relatively quickly, thanks to toxic fucking players running around. You couldn't just do missions without someone hunting you down and killing you.
The only saving grace to that, though, was when they came out with the IP. You could change your IP address or the proxy or something like that. You could change a number, and then it would basically create your own little server.
Yeah, that's all I want was a private
Yeah.
server. But when I mainly played, it was on PS4, so that made it a bit more difficult.
Oh.
I just, I wanted to just pop in the game and fucking play it. But at that point, hackers and the whole money situation, and then not to mention the game's economy has inflation.
Yeah.
So let's not forget about that. So in case you're not sick of inflation in real life, get ready for fucking video game inflation, which is it's completely fucking fabricated on behalf of them. So you have to spend more just fuck's sake.
When the game has its own stock market, it's like, what the fuck?
So even 10 years later of GTA 5, just in the most recent fiscal year, they racked in an additional $500 million. And since its inception, has generated over $8 billion. Now, keep in mind, all these are anecdotal because Take-Two doesn't like to share their financial reports very much. And that accounts for about $25 per person in the United States. Nuts. Like an insane amount of money. So with that out of the way, let's jump into some of the controversy because some people have actually been calling for GTA 6 to be banned already. We've had one brief trailer, and it seems like people are already up in arms. This is very reminiscent of the early 2000s when Jack Thompson raged his war against violent video games, and I'm sure everybody who is grew up during that time remembers that quite vividly of him going after, of course, predominantly Rockstar Games for games like Grand Theft Auto 3 and Manhunt. He was fighting to have all these games banned completely because, everyone's going to have some sort of scapegoat for whatever's going on in the country, and his target happened to be games.
I think around that time too, I played Bloodshot or Condemned Bloodshot.
Such a good game.
I just remember my mother's reaction when she sees, she's like, "Oh, that's one of them really gory games, isn't it?" It's like, oh, yeah.
That's when he got up and he just caved her fucking head in with a lead pipe. Damn
No,
right
Ryan.
it is.
No, Ryan, not all of us are psychopaths. And predicate the games that we play as reality.
I don't know about you. I like to play Postal and then act out Postal
Just
in real
run
life.
around pissing on people in public.
Making them vomit and then hitting their head off with a shovel and pissing on their neck stump.
Throw a mallet into their asshole.
So I don't think we have to state this, but there is no scientific evidence to show that violent video games actually engender violent aspects in people.
Turns out, violent people are just violent.
So, of course, there's two individuals on the planet everybody wants to hear from, and that is, of course, the prominent duo of the Tate brothers. So the Tate brothers just were on a podcast, and the topic of GTA 6 came up. This is what they had to say.
New GTA 6 is out. Have you ever played any GTA? This is a genuine question. I've never played any of them.
I believe that I played the first one. That's like a top...
I believe I played the first one.
I'm going to come in and professionally talk about something that I've never actually looked at or played. And this guy's played the very first one. So, yeah, we'll leave. Yeah, we're going to leave that.
So, right away,
hands.
his take is going to be reliable. Let's continue.
down bird's eye view kind of 2D game without any real graphic violence back when I was maybe 10 or 11 or 12, whenever it came out. I do recall that. But you know what? I want to speak about GTA 6 while you're on the topic, because now we're actually talking about something that's relatively important. Video games.
Video games, that's you already know you're in for a fucking treat when someone says it like that. Those video games
Aren't necessarily evil. But I remember when video games, because I'm very old, I'm an old man. I remember when you used to play a little man in a red hat trying to rescue a princess and teaming up with your brother.
It's really interesting that the Tate brothers are talking about a game where something kidnaps a woman and hides it away in a tower somewhere.
And this Italian plumber just goes out and commits genocide.
Oddly poignant, isn't it? That two people who are currently embroiled in human trafficking love to play a game where the whole goal is to... they're definitely a Bowser player, that's all I'm saying.
Now, if rescuing purity from evil while teaming up...
Look, I don't remember who said it or where I seen it from. probably mashup of videos, probably multiple people saying it, but Luigi and whatever character that he's romantically involved in have had no fucking issues of being kidnapped. Mario and Peach, however, she's always getting kidnapped and going to this turtle's castle. Like,
I think the whole thing with Mario, Peach, and Bowser, I think it's a love triangle, and Peach is the real fucking villain here, and she's gaslighting the two to try to kill each other because that makes her wet. How's that for purity, Tate?
Not for your brother isn't a good theme of a video game, then I don't really know what is. I'm not a fan of anyone under the age of 18, 21 maybe, playing video games where the goal is to shoot police officers. I just don't think that's good for society. With all the amazing graphics and engines and whatever people put into these video games, I feel like you could create a better objective with the game.
Or you could just play a different game with a different objective, even though the objective that you're claiming right now is completely fabricated.
You know? Maybe you are the police officer. Maybe you are trying to stop. Sorry.
Trying to stop criminals from like human trafficking. That'd be a good basis for a game.
Criminals.
GTA 6. No, you're the one predicating police brutality. Congratulations. You get to kill the civilians. Yeah. This is...
Sorry? Okay. No, sorry, carry on. I just had a cough.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his own brother there was actually kind of mocking him for his hot take. I mean, I don't know that for sure, but this, you know, the cough and then him getting upset, and yeah, that's kind of where that clip ends.
We've never played it, but this is what we know of it.
That's the. I don't really think the Tate brothers are in any position right now to be some virtuous pinnacles of morality, considering the current things that they're embroiled in. But they're not the only ones advocating for the banning of GTA 6. No, there are a lot of people that's currently trending on X who like to preach, think of the children. Let's take a look at this tweet here. Blaine says, we need to ban GTA 6 in a world of OnlyFans and rampant porn. This game is going to make young people's mental health much worse.
Says the guy tweeting.
Yeah, let's...
Or girl, or I don't know, whatever you...
Says the person. We'll just go with
the person.
The person tweeting.
That human there. Ah, fuck, it might even be a bot. Who the fuck knows? You don't even know if they're people anymore.
That's a valid point to make. Fuck. There's so many bots online right now. And it's really hard to tell. And I kind of just take everything I read on this stuff with a grain of salt. But it's a lot more than GTA 6 has transpired in the last few years to cause the degradation of people's mental health. You cannot blame a video game that does not exist, and it will not exist for another year, on harming people's mental health.
Rev maxing.
Society itself has done more than enough to hurt people's mental health in the current state of things in general. Trying to pass that off on a game that is not released yet is a completely moot argument, and I personally don't even feel like we have to fucking sit here and argue that. Let's take a look at another one. We need to ban GTA 6. Children should not be playing this game. Did you know children should not be playing GTA 6? Did you know that? Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that?
I thought it was like marketed to like toddlers.
Oh, I just realized it's the same fucking person as the last one.
That was the first thing that I realized. I'm like, yep, that guy.
And then here's another one that I just saw trending yesterday, because before we started recording, I went back on again last night and decided to do more research. It's the Zionists. So why are the Zionists at Rockstar Games releasing the sexualized video game for children? It's for children because only children play video games. Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that?
I found out yesterday.
Hashtag get GTA 6 banned trending right now.
So,
And of course, someone had to release a statement. There's no evidence that Rockstar Games is Zionist or related to Zionism in any way. Like, why do you have to take every major world issue and apply it to things that are completely irrelevant to one another? What the last thing I think of when I think of GTA is Palestine and Zionism and Israelis. Where do people connect these fucking dots? Now, the next piece of controversy surrounding GTA, you wouldn't believe it, Mike. This might change your mind over whether you're going to get GTA 6 or not.
probably not.
It could be going woke. Are you aware that GTA could be going woke? I honestly have trouble saying the word woke without fucking gagging almost.
Considering... Fuck. I'm pretty sure I played 2, 3... Yeah, I've played everything from 2 and up. And I think I've dabbled on, 1, but it just, I don't know. After playing, Vice City and everything after that, it's just, why go backwards? It's a completely different game.
I
Now,
agree.
the whole premises of GTA and, I find Rockstar in general is, they make it their fucking mission. They're basically the equivalent of, South Park when it comes to video games. They just shit on everyone, everything, political, commercialized, personalized. If there's someone who's being a fucking twat in reality that everyone's aware of, they're probably going to make fun of that person.
Yeah, that's an excellent point, honestly, because it's true. Nobody has ever been safe from being lampooned by GTA. One thing that does concern me is with Dan Houser departing. Dan Houser's who wrote most of the stories for the Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption games. That I do think people are extra concerned that it could lean towards being a bit more PG, I guess. But once again, these are just...
I have a feeling that they are going to shit. Just the amount of changes that have occurred societally in the past 10 years, 11 years. What was GTA 5? 2013?
Yeah.
In the past 11 years, they're going to have a fucking field day. I feel like
so.
this is going to be as anti-woke
we're gonna
as you can get.
We're going to get into that a bit more because you do see a lot of things that happen, like memes and things and events that have happened throughout the last 10 years being reflected in the trailer, which we'll delve in a bit more into that here shortly. But regards to GTA going woke, your stance is, and I think my stance is, I don't think we have anything to worry about. But some people are, and they've been dissecting the trailer meticulously to get out those little morsels to, I guess, satiate their preconceived biases. So let's start off with this one here.
I think that they're going to introduce woke concepts,
Possibly,
but they're going to shit
because
on them.
Whether people like it or not, the whole concept of wokeism is a part of the cultural zeitgeist right now.
It's a reality.
You can't escape it.
You can't. It's everywhere. So it's probably going to be in the game, but I don't think it's going to be shoved down your throat. It's going to be comedic value.
100%.
Yeah.
I think I do think that's the way GTA is going to remain the same because that's why GTA 5 has sold 190 million copies, because its storytelling was sublime. GTA 5 had an excellent story with brilliantly written characters who are all kind of antithetical to one another.
Yeah.
Trevor was a fucking psychopath. Franklin was a bit more laid back and relatable. And you had Michael, who was kind of yearning for his younger years. He's older now. He's got spoiled kids. He's just kind of going through a midlife crisis.
Yeah. If anything, I'm actually I'm equally as excited to play both of these main characters as I was in all the other Grand Theft Auto games, mainly because in all those other games you didn't get the perspective from a woman.
Exactly.
And this is like, it's kind of, it reminds me of like a Bonnie and Clyde situation. So it's like, maybe she's going to be the fucking Trevor of this game.
I hope so.
And
I
that'd
think
be
that'd
fucking
really
awesome.
interesting. Like an Eileen
Yeah.
Wernos sort of.
And maybe because like the social norms and shit like that, like that's usually in GTA games, there's going to be fucking hilarious content.
I gotta clarify what I mean by when I say Eileen Wernos, because obviously I don't want Lucia to be a prostitute. But what I'm saying is, like, you don't see female psychopaths represented in the medium very often. It's like super rare you see anything like that. And I'm hoping that they fucking lean into that, just let her
And
go nuts.
there might be a section like all the other games. They all had strip clubs. They all had missions with strip clubs, but because they're all dudes, chances are you're not going to see them up on a pole grinding and trying to like blackmail one of the customers, and that'd be a fucking awesome mission. To go in, pretend that you're a stripper, just basically, I don't know, like catch a politician or something like that in the act, and then just blackmail the fuck out of them.
We'll have to wait to see. But until then, there's, like I said, a lot of people believe GTA 6 might be going woke. And here's one person online who believes that Lucia from GTA 6 has an Adam's apple. She's 100% transgender. Definitely the first trans/queer person that Rockstar has had. Finally.
It definitely has nothing to do with the salt quantity that Americans eat or consume.
I'm sorry, I don't. You could put the circle there. To me, this just looks like lighting. If there is a trans or queer person, I hope that they're well written and that they're a good character and an interesting character, like Gay Tony was. Gay Tony was an excellent character. I don't have much to say about this one other than I don't think that's the case, but hey, I guess if that's what you look forward to. Give the female main character an effeminate face with double D jiggly titties and don't have woke PC influences in GTA 6. I don't care if the person has a effeminate face or double D jiggly titties. That is not what matters. What matters is good fucking storytelling. No one wants to write for you fucking incels because nobody wants to play that fucking game if that's all you care about. I mean, if she's an attractive character, cool, but I think people have become separated from what actually matters, and that is storytelling. It shouldn't...
Yeah.
Should the character look all right and stuff? Yeah, sure, the physical aspects or attributes of them, I can understand that being an important part of the conversation, but not the conversation.
Do it would be fucking awesome
What's
if
that?
they made a, like GTA 7 in the graphical quality of like San Andreas. That would be a fucking awesome game.
I think
Like
so.
then you wouldn't be able to fucking tell because it's so blocky. I think we need to go back to
Yeah, like Lara Croft titties.
yeah.
Good old
yeah.
PS1 days, and still people jerked off to that, so
She was like the
doesn't take
human
much.
Cybertruck of video gaming.
Fuck. Oh, here's another one. Please, for the love of fuck, do not make it woke as fucking hell. If you do, I can almost guarantee it'll fucking tank. Don't pander to the woke 1% and not consider the other 99% that pay y'all. If you do, be prepared for GTA 6 to be a flop from hell. Just saying. Don't think you have much to worry about. I don't think it's going to be woke, like we just said earlier. It's just there's just so many people getting up in arms and getting excited about something that might not even be the case.
It still does my head in that like. Oh wait, can you go back to the? Does it say how many people even look at? It's 61. What's that number for?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Oh, you have no idea.
I
either?
know nothing
okay, yeah,
about Twitter.
I
But
don't know anything about X or
no,
Twitter.
doesn't seem to have any likes, no comments. This is just me going into X and just scrolling through fucking
It just does my head in that
plethora of
like
comments.
people go on this app or site. Yeah, I think you can go on PC and like an actual computer and look at Twitter, but they go on there and just like consume other people's fucking
Just negativity.
well, negativity, but just like their opinions.
And hypotheticals,
And-
like things that are just unsubstantiated.
I feel like most of the planet realizes that this guy's opinion doesn't fucking matter.
Well, look at him. He looks like French Stewart from Third Rock from the Sun. Let's take a look at another one.
Fucking love that
GTA
show.
6 will be a woke game for Democrats. GTA is and has been dead. I think that's just a
Wonder if this guy knows what like Democrat even is anymore. Probably.
I feel like people just throw around terms like Republican, Democrat, globalist, all this stuff as ways to denigrate people or to insult people, but I don't think they actually have a fundamental understanding what those words mean.
I watched a I can't remember who the fuck had this on YouTube, but it was a scientific study. Like, it was kind of a video essay format, and he's talking about a test of they just lined up a bunch of people, and they showed each person, I think, like 3 or 4 lines, and asked each one, okay, like point. I think they did it like by themselves first, like point to the one that you think is shorter. They point it, okay, and then they put them all into a group and do the exact same test, but they go from like one end to the other. And I think they had like actors who, like a specific amount of the people who would actually point out the wrong line. And because of these people pointing out the wrong line, it actually changed. I think they said like over 60% or something like that of the people's choices were changed because they wanted to fit in.
That's not
So like
exactly.
I feel like Twitter is like that experiment done like global scale.
Twitter is such a herd mentality type of place where everyone's just looking to find other individuals to espouse themselves with their various perspectives, and it's just a very toxic place to be.
It's like, I don't have my own opinion. Oh, look at what he said.
GTA 6 is dead. So I think we do need to bring to light some of this situation here, and that's that the news media, legacy media, tends to perpetuate these right-wing versus left-wing kind of mentalities. So if we take a look here, we got this article from the Rolling Stone. Right here, right-wing trolls waste no time trying to start transphobic Grand Theft Auto backlash. Once again, trying to pit people against each other. I think this is a pretty rubbish fucking article. But let's take a look at what they have to say. So Grand Theft Auto 6 won't be released until 2025, much to the dismay of gamers intent on revisiting Vice City. But that hasn't stopped a handful of observers from attempting to astroturf a transphobic outrage over the gender identity of the main character, Lucia. It's a clumsy campaign to place yet another brand at the center of the culture war that has previously stoked scorn from the likes of Bud Light, Target, Hershey's, and Nike. Because it's been a decade since GTA 6 and studio Rockstar Games has sought to hone the subversive comedy of the franchise so that it doesn't punch down and on marginalized groups, rumors have swirled that the latest installment will be woke or lacking the casual sexism and racism of past games. Rockstar last year reportedly removed transphobic content from the GTA 5 remaster. Now with
Wait, what?
I don't know. I don't remember hearing about that. Now with the debut of an official trailer from GTA 6, reactionaries are pushing that line further with unfounded speculation about the game's Latina protagonist, the first female lead in the series, being transgender. Now this article is making a very big deal out of something that almost nobody seems to be talking about.
Well, it's like I don't even. I'm going through like the fucking hundreds of hours I probably put into GTA, both online and story mode, and I am drawing a blank on even where they've had like a transphobic.
I don't consider anything
Blur.
they do really phobic, but this theory is based on nothing more than vibes. The trailer reveals nothing about Lucia other than that she has spent time in prison and robs convenience stores with a male accomplice when she's not behind bars. We don't even know who voices the character, but on a rancid platform, I agree, like Elon Musk's X, formerly Twitter, engagement at any cost is the name of the game. And I'd like to point out that you are actively causing said engagement because I would have never have heard of these people or anything that's going on. This article is what cued me onto it, because when I searched up GTA 6, this shit stain of an article is one of the first things one of the first things I saw.
Yeah.
Is deliberately fanning the flames of a cultural war. Cultural.
Cultural.
I can't even fucking say it. My brain.
Whatever
Culture-
word that is.
Culture war.
Yeah.
That is nothing more than a psychological war of attrition. You have two fucking sides on each side screaming at each other, hoping to, trying to get like one-ups over the other side, and it's just a complete fucking waste of time.
I think this right here is like prime example of just profiting off of like two narrations. So basically, like, you have one team against another team, and then there's just like shit posts and clickbait. And then there's like the median corporations that are just profiting off of everything.
Exactly. And this, I understand why they made that article,
Oh, yeah.
because, well, it caught the attention of me, for example, and I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about?
It's clickbait.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
And that's all this legacy media has devolved into.
Yeah.
And this is why I predominantly follow, for every type of news, just independent YouTubers of all ends of the political spectrum, because that's the only way you'll be able to formulate your own ideologies.
I think most journalism in general has kind of
fucking
devolved.
trash now.
It's devolved into that landscape of just like verbal diarrhea onto paper with like as minimal effort and as fast as possible. And I understand why, because like back in the day, I'm talking like when people were like printing fucking paper and like sitting on typewriters and shit like that doing their articles, you actually had like small teams who would spend more than like 20 minutes focusing on a story. They'd actually go out, do the journalism, they come back, spend like a month, or some of these articles like maybe even longer. And I think some of like the Wall Street Journal articles, like the really good ones, I'm pretty sure those take a lot longer than like 1 month to complete.
Well,
or
you
a
still
week.
have some journalists with like a bit of integrity to them, but
Yes.
they end up being assimilated into these massive news conglomerates.
Yes. Now, back then, there were like the large outlets who would focus on like the major stories. Everyone consumed them. They were fairly accurate. Or if they were inaccurate, they're all inaccurate because of like, I don't know, some scandal or something like that. Some information wasn't given to them properly. But nowadays, it's like you've got these large media outlets competing with like fucking millions of independent journalists now. And there's just like, fuck, some of these people are pumping out media, like 4 or 5 things every day. And it's like, how you can't keep up with that. So you almost have to like, well, we can't beat them, so we're going to join them. And then the quality of everything just...
So, I mean, yeah.
It's basically like...
It doesn't become about integrity anymore.
Yeah.
It becomes about a paycheck.
And I feel like every media or entertainment, anything that we consume is going along that route. And you can see it happening in real time from like the fucking 90s to today. Everyone's going like, let's pump out more for less and just like not focus on quality.
The only people who are winning from this contrived culture discussion about GTA 6 right now are the news outlets.
Yeah.
That's why they're propagating this stuff, because it's getting them fucking rage clicks,
Yeah.
and they're finding like a very small, minute batch of people who made a few off comments on Twitter, that people who are just some random individuals with no followers who might not even be real individuals, and they're using this to bolster their own arguments on each side. I mean, like, let's take a look at another one here. So this is taken off of the Rolling Stone article. First look at GTA 6 female protagonist. She is rumored to be transgender. Franklin Sugar Mama? Question mark? God, I fucking hate trauma alerts so much. Then you got Right Angle News here. If that's true, the game will flop, I promise. Go woke, you will go broke. Follow us if you agree. And that's exactly what cued my thought right here, is you just have these two opposing sides making these spurious statements, hoping to get fucking clicks from it. Let's move on to another one
I get
here.
a kick too. Like, people are profiting off of these posts by making videos talking about the posts to get money, like to get
I know, and we're
sponsorship.
sitting here,
yeah, and it's
with
just like
with no followers, and
Yeah.
we're talking about like how stupid this looks if you just take a step back and you look at it. GTA 6 will either be self-serious plotting and bleak and woke, or it will take shots at non-lefty absurdities, and it will feel stilted with forced messaging, or it can have humor and satire, but it will skewer the lefties. Or, you know, it's just going to do what it always does and make fun of everybody. So much just fucking superfluous discussion around this game. Another one taken off their website
The
here. Actually, I can't. This one I may have collected this last one on my own. But GTA 6, will the new woke changes put you off buying the game? What woke changes? What woke changes? Grand Theft Auto 6. Will you still buy GTA 6 after Rockstar's huge announcement on big woke changes coming in 2025? Like,
is that an actual photo
off.
from the game?
No.
Or is that just someone?
This is
someone
just
created?
something someone fucking made. Like, this is... It's bullshit.
Look, they even forgot the auto. Or is it beyond the flag?
I
beyond
think it's behind the flight. What this back image here, I think, is of GTA 6, maybe,
Okay.
possibly, or Vice City. I don't know. And then someone made this art and put it over. Just, you know, if there are people who are transgender in the game, cool. I hope that they're actually well-written and well-rounded characters who are interesting, not just put them there just to have them there, just to satisfy a status quo.
Or just any character. Like, if you put a character into a fucking video game and you make them shit, guess what?
And it's
the game's gonna be shit.
Exactly.
Like,
it doesn't matter on gender. I don't care if it's a white person. I don't care if it's a black person. I don't care if it's a trans person, a gay person. I just want a well-written character.
be a fucking pastafarian for all we give a shit. Like, if they put a pastafarian as the main character and somehow tied in the fucking flying spaghetti monster, I would be fucking game. That would be
long as the writers know what they're doing.
Yes.
Next up, the Florida Jokers has unfortunately reemerged online this time.
And here we are back to X.
This is TikTok, a whole nother cancer.
Even worse.
Florida Joker has unfortunately reemerged online, this time not for waving guns at passing vehicles. Yes, for those of you lucky enough to not know who the Florida Joker is, his mugshot for the aforementioned offense went viral online in 2017 because, well, fucking look at him. He looks like Jared Leto in Slim Shady made an ass meth baby. I want to also note that since he's came at Rockstar Games, he dyed his hair color.
Oh, yeah.
He dyed his hair purple. So this time around, though, he's on the opposite side of the law, channeling the litigious nature that is synonymous with America. So he issued an ultimatum to Rockstar Games.
I love Slim Shady. I had that thought in the car.
So
oh, shit.
let's have a listen to his ultimatum.
It's your boy Joker Gang 305, Rock Shooting Live, GTA, GTA.
What?
We gotta talk Rockstar Entertainment, Rockstar Enterprise. We gotta talk. It's been 3 days. I contact my Jewish lawyer.
You're rejected from the fucking Turtle Club.
Show them this. That's Lizzie Lohan in the digital camera with a bottle in her hand, sunglasses,
Fucking
and that
articulate,
character
you
she has
fucking
a cell phone
degenerate.
throwing the peace sign. That's not her. She had no case. I got a case. They took my likeness. They took my life. They took my story and made it to a video game. So GTA. The 3 days are up. The 3 days are up. I already talked to my Jewish lawyer. He's coming to my house as we speak.
What?
And we're building the biggest case on you. So if you don't contact me within the next 48 hours, we're taking legal actions. We're not playing with you. I gave you so much publicity. Millions and millions of people are seeing you. I'm getting harassed. You're the GTA 6 Joker. I'm not getting paid for this. I want my pain and suffering money now.
His
Not
penis
GTA.
suffering. That guy looks like he sucks crack for meth. Sucks crack for meth. This is how fucking, like, that's where my brain, how shit my brain is right now by watching that guy fucking exist. He sucks dick for meth.
Oh my Jesus.
He looks like a failed arts project.
I'm sure Rockstar Games is terrified right now, and they're sending him a Western Union as we speak. It is. It's just kind of like this meth word salad.
He sucks crack for dick.
Sucks.
Oh,
So
fuck.
what got me the most when I first saw that was he's threatening Rockstar with his Jewish lawyer. It's like, motherfucker, Rockstar inevitably has a platoon of Jewish lawyers and access to money equivalent to the entire GDP of Iceland. And you think a jury is going to side with meth scab Slim Shady? Not gonna happen. Okay, memes are ephemeral in nature, and not all memes enjoy a renaissance. So enjoy the attention while you have it before people forget you exist.
And you know that Lindsay Lohan lost the court case against
Sure
Rockstar.
did.
Now she's got a lot of money, especially 2013. I don't know about her anymore. I haven't heard anything from her. But if she lost, this guy's going to fucking lose.
And we got
There's
to
no way.
we got to remember too, parody is a thing.
Yes.
Weird Al exists. I mean, do I think that they were inspired by his mugshot? Yes, but it is clearly not. The character represented there may be inspired by him, but it's not based off him.
The only thing that I want to see from this, like any relation to this guy, if I consume any more that involves him, is if South Park parodies him. That would be fucking perfect. That would be acceptable. I would
I'd love
enjoy
to see that.
Yes.
All right, we've given him more than enough attention.
Yeah.
Moving on to another sort of malignant cancer, that is what has become of Twitch, which has flip-flopped on its policies regarding nudity on its platform yet again. This topic is something that they have always seemed kind of ambiguous on for a while. But Twitch, on December 13th, they decided to alter these policies after banning a user by the name of Morgpie for some salacious streams. Addressing the ban, she refutes the claims and states that she was in fact clothed and had not breached TOS, where I guess I watched a brief clip of an interview before we started this. She states that she was banned for lap dancing, even though she had not committed any lap dancing in the stream. She was the only one in the stream. So, before doing this, I had no idea who the fuck Morgpie was. So we decided to investigate some of her work, just, to get some backstory on the situation.
Investigation.
Some
research.
It was for science. There was a lot of deep...
For science.
There was a lot of deep investigating prowess that went...
There's a lot of exertion when we were...
So let's take a look at
delving in.
her line of work.
Wait, what? Is that a hand? Oh, no. What?
And if you're all...
Oh, God, it is a hand.
I gotta say, I'm a fan.
Okay, yep.
So
Yep.
if you're interested in the works of Morgpie, you can find her on her Pornhub page, which I'm sure YouTube will let me post here uncensored. And you can follow her at Big Womb.
No. What?
At Big Womb.
Big womb.
Or you can follow her on Reddit at Morgpie. All right. So, for those of you who don't know,
The fucking hand. There's a third fucking like. Oh. Now I'm looking at it from like 4 feet away, but was that a fist? Like a straight up fisting? Oh, okay. Okay, just the thumb. Oh, the hand blended right in. Okay.
It did.
It literally looked like, here we go.
To infinity and beyond.
Yeah. Woo. All right. Not as bad. She's regained a very minuscule bit of my respect.
So let's take a look at one of these salacious clips that I recorded from. I took off a Twitter post where people were sharing this clip around. So let's take a look at it.
What is this meta?
Anxious today.
What is this
You know what I
meta?
mean? Tired.
You're anxious today. You know what I do when I'm anxious? I get naked in front of, allegedly naked anyway, because apparently she is wearing a crop top underneath of here. I don't see it, but even if not, it's still implied, and this is a way to get more people to, of course, donate money. Hey, good on you, entrepreneur. Like it. Do you see it?
It still does my head in that people watch other people watching other people.
Thank you for the tier 3.
And of course, the little dance.
Thank you. I just want to relax today.
The fucking guy up there just.
Like, sub goals or anything.
Yep, that is
But-
a summarization of what my mind just went through.
I understand his reaction because when you think of Twitch, what do you immediately think of when you think of Twitch? I think
Gamers!
I think of Fortnite.
Yeah.
For example, people streaming Fortnite, streaming games. But Twitch has started to change up its meta a little bit, and you see a lot of people doing these more revealing, salacious streams. So
Under the guise of just chatting.
yeah, because there's a just chatting section. So before we get into the new policy that Twitch has enacted, let's go back a few days to December 13th. Excuse me. Where they first initiated this change. So let's take a read. What is changing with this new update? Some types of content that were prohibited will now be allowed on Twitch, if appropriately labeled. These changes include previously prohibited but now allowed with label. This is the content here. This is what we're looking for. Content that deliberately highlighted breasts, buttocks, or pelvic region, even when fully clothed. Streamers found it difficult to determine what was prohibited and what was allowed, and often evaluating whether or not the stream violated a portion of the policy was subjective. In addition, the former sexually suggestive content policy was out of line with industry standards and resulted in female-presenting streamers being disproportionately penalized. I think I can kind of understand why. I mean, should we just like point the cameras down at our
I was just thinking that.
like very small dicks for the whole stream, like wearing like really tight fucking shorts and just go chat roulette style?
You could
Just
put on them like running pants so you see how like track meets. That like you can see every fucking detail of this person's junk.
yeah,
You just zoom it like that could be the we can make an ASMR.
that's right.
And
we
just
could.
like move around and you could hear our balls like rubbing against each other.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We're not breaching terms of service. I mean, like, look, we're closed. We're just
we
rubbing
could-
our balls up against each other through the
Put
fabric.
our hands in there and just like play with our foreskins.
Yeah, just stretch it out. Just like trying to hit the new Guinness World Record for
Feel like an elastic
stretchiest
band, like,
foreskin.
ping, ping, ping. Yeah, I'm playing the
Just have it right up there and just let it slap off our thigh, just pulling it back, you know, like stretch it out, play it like a banjo string.
Oh, fuck.
So, fictionalized, drawn, animated, or sculpted, in parentheses, fully exposed female presenting breasts and or genitals or buttocks regardless of gender. There is a thriving artist community on Twitch, and this policy was overly punitive and did not reflect the impact of the content.
That right there, like drawn, animated, or sculpted. wouldn't
I
kind of just
I don't really have a problem with that. I just don't understand. Like,
but wouldn't a filter, like a filter on your phone that changes your body or the image that is being rendered, wouldn't that be an animation?
that's the thing. There's always going to be ambiguity and gray area.
We should do a naked podcast and just animate it.
I mean, look what the Red Hot Chili Peppers did. You remember when they had that concert and they just had like the socks over their dicks or something?
Yeah, but we're not going to wear socks.
Oh, we're just gonna be bare. And if I wanted to let that many people down, I just tell them like what I've accomplished in life.
Okay. We'll dress up as clowns. That way the laughter is acceptable.
Okay, that works then. Body writing on female presenting breasts and or buttocks, regardless of gender. The Twitch attire policy already allows body art on breasts and buttocks, so this change makes these policies consistent. Okay.
That's the whipped cream
Erotic
on
dances
tits.
that involve disrobing or disrobing gestures such as a striptease. It's hard to kind of drill into this now because they've already went back and made reform to this. But what the fuck are you thinking? Like, I'm confused at the identity of Twitch reading this. I don't know what it wants to be.
There's a site that already does all of this and more.
That's why I don't understand. If people
Like,
want to see this content, why does it have to be on Twitch? There's a myriad of other sites these people could go to with this sort of content. Twitch, to me, and this is coming from someone who doesn't really engage with Twitch. I've never been one who has really been fond or interested in the whole streaming culture. But this is not what I think of when I think of Twitch. This just seems wrong. It just doesn't seem right to me. Like, if I wanted to view that, there's so many places I go to. You can
It does my head in that when I went on Twitch the other day, I seen there was Ninja and 3 others doing a podcast, and they were under the Just Chat. The first one that had like, I want to say double or triple the views, or even more. I can't remember the exact numbers, but the first one was maybe that person that we just seen, the Morgpie. Either her or someone that
You'll
does the
remember that name
exact
later.
same thing. Probably not. Probably. But they were the first thing that popped up on Twitch. And they had the most views. And then you like scroll down and it's just like, I remember seeing this guy at the fucking front of Twitch. When you click on Twitch, it would be like, boom, there's Ninja playing like Fortnite, or fucking Co-Carnage playing ESO, or some new game. Like, it was always one of the popular YouTubers or Twitch streamers or just gamers in general playing like the newest game or the hottest game, and they'd have like hundreds of thousands of people watching them and just getting donations and donations. And now it's just like, yeah, that doesn't exist anymore. Not to the extent that it did back in like,
No, it seems like
2012, 2013.
Twitch almost has like an identity crisis.
Yeah.
It doesn't know what it wants to be anymore.
And I mean, that's probably why most of the top gaming streamers have left Twitch and gone on to like YouTube or different streaming platforms.
Exactly. Like, if people go to Twitch, I'm assuming they're going there for gaming content. So why do we have this very innately sexualized, pornographic in nature content on Twitch? And I'm not saying this because of the fucking children or anything like that.
No, it's just
I'm talking about in the sheer idea of identity. Like, what do you want? What do you associate Twitch with?
The worst thing that they could have done with Twitch is allow or cater to people just sitting down and talking and not gaming.
Exactly.
Like,
I mean,
they should allow it, but like, why is that the top thing now on a gaming streaming platform? That used to be like this game just released. Okay,
Because, yeah, now
this-
the just chatting section is the most popular section
Yeah.
on Twitch. And I don't really have a problem with that.
Yeah.
But it's
what people want.
It's the, like I said, it's the innate sexual
Yeah.
nature of a lot of them because, well, a lot of these people know that they can make good fucking money from doing
Yeah.
it. I just don't know. And once again, if that's what you want to do, fucking fill your boots. I mean, obviously that is a niche that's there that needs to be filled and people are willing to throw money at it. I just don't know if that's on the right environment to do
and the
so.
people doing it are fucking geniuses. Because I mean, like,
If you and I could sit here shirtless
Yeah.
and stream and
Oh,
not
man.
do anything, I mean,
just rake in the fucking subs or the fucking, I don't even know what the fucking shit's called anymore. Donations, yeah,
bits,
bits.
donations, any of that fucking crap.
I tried Twitch. What, in 2012, 11? Doing payday and shit like that, and it's just even then, it took away from like what I enjoyed about gaming, and I think around 2013, 2014, I stopped using Twitch altogether, and I hadn't looked at it until like 3 years ago, and the first thing that I seen was the just chatting. And I remember clicking on that being like, oh, cool, they have a podcast section. And it was just like the first thing, like the whole fucking page, I think it was like 12 videos or like thumbnails or whatever, showed up. And they were all just like half naked people. And I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? You can go on and watch someone take a fucking bath.
Yeah, actually,
Awesome.
I went on Twitch right before you showed up. It was just a girl sunbathing.
Yeah.
Had
Like, yeah,
750
join
people.
me while I bleach my asshole. It's
Had
like,
750 people watching her just sunbathe.
yeah.
She was getting money from it.
Yeah. And it's genius, but it's like,
I just don't think Twitch is the right place
happened?
to do that because, like,
Yeah.
when you hear Twitch,
I think
it's
gaming.
synonymous with gaming.
Yeah. Like, oh, big streamers gaming
So,
the newest games.
There's a bit more to this Twitch policy change. So, popular dances such as twerking, grinding, and pole dancing are now allowed with a label. Previously, some dances were prohibited with others, and others were allowed with a label. Enforcing on dances, regardless of context, meant our policy prohibited twerking at a wedding or taking a pole dancing exercise class, for example. The policy now takes context into consideration and only prohibits streaming inside of an adult entertainment establishment. So you're not allowed to stream. You're allowed to do like porn. You're allowed to do like strip club things, just not in the strip club.
I feel like someone at Twitter had someone twerk at their fucking wedding and was like, we need to put this into our policy and not allow it because this was fucking embarrassing and awkward.
With the updates to sexual content policy and artistic depictions of nudity allowed, content with a focus on fictionalized, drawn, animated, or sculpted sexual body parts, regardless of gender, such as doing nude figure drawing, are allowed with a sexual themes label. However, fictionalized sexual acts or masturbation remain prohibited. Okay. So you're not allowed to draw masturbation, I guess.
Oh, bud. Wait. Is this the updated?
No. This is the original stuff.
The 5th video on that, like when I looked at Twitch the other day, was a wolf dude. A wolf with tits and a cock. Just stroking it. And I remember looking at it and I'm like,
Am
What?
I supposed to be here?
I felt like David Tennant.
When the
As a
Titanic
doctor?
crashed into the TARDIS, he's like, what?
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 Yeah, like that,
What?
but on repeat for like fucking 12 minutes in my brain. And like each time he did the what, it just got more like dramatic.
I do like that mental image, David.
Yeah.
Is body painting on breasts and buttocks allowed on Twitch? As long as attire requirements are met. Body painting on the breasts and buttocks is allowed with a sexual themes label. So that's lack of attire, I suppose. So you'll never guess what happened. People went completely fucking nuts with this concept. And that's when you saw, I mean, I think I went on Twitch shortly after this change. Just inadvertently. I don't even remember why I went on Twitch. I was like, why are people in the shower. Like, this is right on the front page of Twitch. And apparently they said that you wouldn't see this stuff on the front page. And they also said that if you weren't logged in, you wouldn't see it. But that video I showed you of Morgpie earlier, I guess that was taken not logged in Twitch. Like, it was on the home page.
Yeah.
So
because there's just a fuckload of people watching.
exactly.
There's a reason why people are on the front page of Twitch. It's because they have the most interactions.
Yeah. And so, of course, the webpage was inundated with this content. And so, fucking 2 days later, I think it was. Yeah, 2 days later, they had to walk this back. First, we want to make it clear. So, just to clarify, this is the newest press statement from December 15th. First, we want to make it clear that some streamers, in response to this update, created content that was in violation of our new policy. Probably because of still how ambiguous it was and how open-ended it was, but we've worked quickly to remove that content, issue channel enforcements. However, there was also a great deal of new content that was allowed under the updated policy. Much of the content created has been met with community concern. These concerns we share. No, you fucking don't. Upon reflection, we have decided that we went too far with this change. Digital depictions of nudity present a unique challenge. AI can be used to create realistic images, and it can be hard to distinguish between digital art and photography. So effective today, we are rolling back the artistic nudity changes moving forward. Depictions of real or fictional nudity won't be allowed on Twitch regardless of the medium. The restriction does not apply to mature-rated games. You can find emote-specific standards for nudity and sexual content in emote guidelines. We are making other changes to the updated sexual content policy. We are in the process of pushing out updates to our community guidelines that reflects this change. It will take a few days for both this blog and the new community guidelines to be translated. While we wish we would have predicted this outcome, part of our job is to make adjustments that serve the community. I apologize for the confusion that this update has caused. Are you that fucking daft? I don't understand how you did not expect that sort of thing. You've basically opened the fucking floodgates and just let anybody come in and make any type of content they want, regardless of... Sure, you still had some restrictions in there, but if people are good at something, it's finding a way around things. Yeah. And, of course, people are going to produce inappropriate content. And even, like, harkening back to what we said earlier, we don't feel like Twitch is the right site to showcase that sort of content. It has nothing to do with, like, oh, they shouldn't be doing that in general. I just think the identity of Twitch is not suitable to those forms of media. And it shouldn't take... It doesn't take Nostradamus to predict that fucking outcome was going to happen. But what do you think, Mike?
I feel like a lot of these multimedia entertainment sites and corporations are like kind of going into the same fucking like realm of...
They're trying to cater to everybody while catering to no one.
Yeah, but they're like shooting themselves in the foot. And they either don't realize it or they know they're doing it, but they fucking love it. Like, I don't know how to explain just from an outside objective view of like what's happening to that kind of industry. Like I can't figure out the words to fucking describe how I feel about it. And it's just, it does my head in every time I see like new videos of people just like reacting to shit like what we've seen. And this morning, now I don't know the exact like award show or whatever it was that involved this, but it had something to do with like content creation award or the best content creator or whatever on YouTube or Twitch or I don't know, one of the fucking sites. And it was Dr. Disrespect reacting to it, and he's just like, it was like this animated chick accepting an award, and it's just like, I don't know if this person actually exists or if this is AI, but they won it. It's just like,
I mean, there are artificial influencers.
Yeah, like
Twitch needs to make up his fucking mind what it wants to be. Do you want to be a platform to stream gaming? Do you want to be a podcast, or do you want to turn into a cam girl site? I mean, this is all reminiscent of the hot tub streams because this created the same argument. This just further exasperated that original discussion around them hot tub streams. Just what the fuck do you want to be, Twitch?
I feel like that kind of shit that I see, like where people are creating content without actually involving themselves or using like some third party AI application to fucking create the content. Like I just feel like it's so fucking lazy. Like have you ever watched
It is lazy content.
You ever watch Corner Gas?
Yeah, I love Corner Gas.
You ever watch the animated Corner Gas?
No.
Yeah, I don't think anyone does because it's lazy. Like it's you've taken what made Corner Gas good and animated it and just kept the voices. And it's just like, but the reason why you watch Corner Gas is to see the physical people doing the comedy bits and reacting realistically. And now it's like, oh, now we're animated. It would be like if Trailer Park Boys decided to go animated.
They did.
Did you watch any of it?
Yeah.
Was it good?
I thought it was kind of funny, yeah.
Damn.
A lot of people didn't like the
I was
animated
actually
Trailer Park
unaware.
Boys. You didn't know? Yeah, there is an animated version of Trailer Park
Oh,
Boys.
fuck.
But they kind of made a reason for it. I mean, spoilers. It was because they took shrooms and they got stuck on like a permanent shroom trip, and that's why it's animated. They basically used animation as an excuse to do more grandiose ideas that they didn't have the budget to do in the show.
See, I can see that,
And to help, I guess,
but
get
did it
around
have the
Leahy's
same
death.
feel?
Not really.
Yeah.
It was still funny in a way, but
It was no longer Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, it didn't really
was-
feel like it.
Yeah.
But
I feel like that's what I'm seeing with like Twitch and even like YouTube. Like there's a lot of YouTubers now who are using like AI to just write their fucking content. It's just like, man. I feel like people are getting lazier.
it is kind of a lazy form, but it's like they're doing it because it makes them money. And then that type of content is always going to exist. It's going to be here to stay. Twitch is just, from my perspective anyway, is not the environment where it should be, because people go to Twitch to see gaming content, but now you have the gaming content being overshadowed by attractive women just laying there in lingerie and fucking just burying even successful Twitch streamers. Because, well, that's a whole nother topic we can get into, but it just goes to show how
It's basically just turned into chatter Twitch or Twitch bait.
It's like
just-
this content needs its own environment to exist. It's
Yeah.
going to exist. If anything, right there is a perfect business opportunity for someone to sweep in, create a site where this type of content can be home to, because obviously there's a demographic for it. Twitch could even fucking invest in that and make an off-brand thing of Twitch, call it Twitch in the Pants.
Do you know what's fucked though?
What?
It already exists.
It does, but does it exist on such a vast?
I'm not going to name the site, but
You looked at it for science?
yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. The lead, I guess the featured person, I think at the time had like 50,000 people watching. And this
Holy
is
shit.
like every fucking day. And then you look at like the people below, and it's like 10,000, 12,000, 20,000, 30,000. Like,
Well, there we go. It's like
there's a lot of people watching.
But exactly, and if Twitch wants to cash in on that, Twitch
Yeah.
should make an off-brand where these people can actually host these sort of thing. But with that said, this going through X and subjecting myself to Twitter for that long, or X, I still call it fucking Twitter. But and just reading these takes, I'm pretty sure it's caused terminal retardation, and I think we should call it there.
Yeah. I still can't go over that fucking guy. What the fuck?
Thanks for coming aboard, everybody. Until next time.
See ya.